Ya, mana itu? Bosan kami.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Let us have a warm welcome for Guru Maharaj to have with us at Show Station today. So let us give 3 times Haribol for his welcoming.
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
What is it? No, we actually, Maharaj, as your desire, is any chapter, no problem. No, we are following others. Today we are following others' scripture, not Bhagavad. No. We already finished Bhagavad, then we are following with others. So now you can have your desire which one you want. No problem.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol. What is it? Pen for
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So I'd like to read from Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 14, the three modes of material nature, text number 26. Some of you may know this verse. Yeah? And then back to Shashi. No? So 1426, one of the memorizations over. Mam chayo vaya vicharina,
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate,
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
sakunam samatipyaitam,
Sakunam Samatyatam,
brahma bhuyaya kaupate,
Brahma Bhuyaya Kapate,
mam chayo vaya vicharina,
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate,
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
sakunam samatipyaitam,
Sagunam Samatyatam,
brahma bhuyaya kaupate,
Brahma Bhuyaya Kapate,
mam chayo vaya vicharina,
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate,
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
sagunam samatipyaitam,
Sagunam Samatyatam,
brahma bhuyaya kaupate,
Brahma Bhuyaya Kapate.
Mam chayo vyabhicharena,
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate,
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
sadhunan samadhyayatan,
Sagunam Samatyatam,
brahma bhujaya kalpate,
Brahma Bhuyaya Kapate.
Manvisaya ate avitarena
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
nam samadhyayata
Sagunam Samatyatam, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate.
Mam chaya avyabhicharane,
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate,
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
sagunan samatipyatan,
Sagunam Samatyatam,
brahma bhuyaya kalpate.
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate.
Mam chayo vyabhicharena,
Mam chayo vicharina,
bhakti yogena sevate,
Bhakti Yogena Sevate,
sagunam samatipyaitam, Samadhyayita
Sagunam Samadhyayita
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Mam Chayoga Vicharena
Manchayoga Vicharena
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Sadhunam Samadhyayita
Sadhunam Samadhyayita
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Mam Chayoga Vicharena
Manchayoga Vicharena
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Sadhunam Samadhyayita
Sadhunam Samadhyayita
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Mam Chayo Vibhacharena
Manchayoga Vicharena
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Sadhunam Samnityatam
Sadhunam Samadhyayita
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate
Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate Mam
unto me, cha, also,
Ya
a person who, abhicharena, without fail, bhakti yogena, by devotional service, sevate, renders, service, sa, he, gunan, the modes of material nature, samatitya, transcending, etan, all these, Brahma Guyaya, elevated to the Brahman platform, Kalpate, becomes. Translation: One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Please repeat after me. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature, and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question. What is the means of attaining to the transcendental position? As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of the modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness into such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna activities are known as Bhakti Yoga, always acting for Krishna. This includes not only Krishna, but his different plenary expansions, such as Rama and Narayan. He has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in the service of any of the forms of Krishna or of his plenary expansions is considered to be transcendentally situated. One should also note that all the forms of Krishna are fully transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge, and eternal. Such personalities of Godhead are omnipotent and omniscient, and they possess all transcendental qualities. So if one engages himself in the service of Krishna or his plenary expansions with unfailing determination, although these modes of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. This has already been explained in the 7th chapter. Right? You know that verse in the 7th chapter? Yes? One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of the modes of material nature. To be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature, is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge, and the living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme, as gold particles are part of a gold mine. Thus, the living entity in his spiritual position is as good. The living entity in his spiritual position is as good as gold, as good as Krishna in quality. The difference of individuality continues. Otherwise, there would be no question of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means that the Lord is there, the devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between the Lord and the devotee is there. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the individual person. Otherwise, there would be no means to Bhakti Yoga. If one is not situated in the same transcendental position with the Lord, one cannot serve the Supreme Lord. To be a personal assistant to a king, one must acquire the qualifications. Thus, the qualification is to become Brahman, or free from all material contamination. It is said in the Vedic literature, Brahmaiva san Brahmapi eti. One can attain the Supreme Brahman by becoming Brahman. This means that one must qualitatively become one with Brahman. By attainment of Brahman, one does not lose his eternal Brahman identity as an individual soul. Om
Tasya Gyanajana Salakaya Chaksurvinyamena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapanadikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Vishtam Padamcha Sri Yutam Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sabaitam Savayutam Parichanayam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagalinam Saishvaitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpati Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Tishavanu Sure Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Manchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasachadeshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So 14th chapter, Lord Krishna has been describing the three modes of material nature: goodness, passion and ignorance. So hearing about them, we will naturally wonder, how can we get free of the modes of nature? Because they're very entangling. We don't like to be controlled, we don't like to be prisoners. We want freedom. So we wonder, how can we get free of the modes of nature? Well, the modes of nature are controlled by Lord Krishna. The material nature is not independent. It's under the direction of Krishna. The material nature is personified by Mother Durga. Durga, or what we call Amma, is it? Anyway, how to get out of her control? She's very powerful. She's described in the Brahma Samhita. Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Saktarika Chayeva Yashya Bhuvanani Vibhakti Durga Echanurupamapi Yashya Chachestate Sa Govindamadi Purusham Namami. Lord Brahma is describing that this material nature is controlled by Mother Durga, and Mother Durga is worshipped by all people because she's the creating, maintaining, and annihilating deity of the mundane world. But Lord Brahma then goes on to say that Mother Durga moves like a shadow under the control of Lord Govinda. And then Lord Brahma says, I worship Govinda, the primary Lord. So material nature is moving like a shadow under the, just like you can see shadows on the floor here. So the shadow is not independent. It moves when the object moves. So the same way Mother Durga is under the full control of Govinda. And this was realized also by Srila Vyasadeva. In the beginning, if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto, it's described how Srila Vyasadeva, after he got instruction from his guru, Narada Muni, then Srila Vyasadeva sat in meditation and he saw the Supreme Lord and he saw the material nature, and the material nature was moving under the full control of the Lord, not independently. So when we're under the control of the material nature, when we put ourselves under the material energy, we should understand that this material energy is the agent of Lord Krishna. And of course, we want to get free of the material nature. Krishna had described already in the 7th chapter, right? We're reading 14th chapter. Way back in the 7th chapter, Lord Krishna had said, Devi Esha
Gunamayi Mama Maya Turatyaya Mam Evam Eva Prapatyante Maya Metam Tarantite.
Thank you. Yes. This material nature, very difficult to overcome. Duratyaya. Why is it so difficult to overcome the material nature? Because it's Krishna's energy. Krishna's energy, very powerful. So how to overcome it? Simply by surrendering to Krishna. Anyone who surrenders to Krishna, they can easily cross beyond the material nature. We have experience. Well, I have some experience. How I'm struggling with the material nature, trying to get free. We used to go and steal apples. You know, in the UK they don't grow mangoes. There's no mango, but they have apple trees. So we used to go and collect apples, but the apple trees belong to somebody. And the man would have a dog, and sometimes he'd send his dog on us, you know. And then if the dog comes, how do you get free of the dog? You know, they don't let go, you know, they want to get you, and they don't leave you alone until the master comes. When the master of the dog comes, then it's under the control of the master. So the material nature is like that. Gives us a very hard time, a lot of trouble. You know, Mother Durga has her Trishu, right?
Yes.
She has her fork thing with the three Trishu, and she will stick them in you. She will stab you with that Trishu. And the stabbing means miseries, troubles, different difficulties of life come upon us. Miseries of the material nature. Oh, so hot. Oh, so wet. Oh, earthquake. Oh, tsunami. Oh, whatever. Drought. So many miseries come. Miseries of material nature, miseries of the body. Oh, my headache. Oh, my leg ache. Oh, my toothache. So many parts of the body. Every little part of the body just meant to give you pain and trouble. When you think about this body, how many parts of the body can give you pleasure? To experience pleasure in the body. Very difficult. Very easy to get pain from the body. Even every little cut in the finger, oh, it can be so painful. Oh, knock your elbow, oh, so painful. Somebody stands on your foot, oh, every part of the body is just meant to give us pain. We are trying to enjoy the body. The body is just meant to give us pain and trouble. And then we have also miseries from other living entities. Neighbors. You get a lot of trouble with neighbors sometimes. The neighbor doesn't like the incense. The neighbor doesn't like the smell from the cooking. So many things happen, you know, with the neighbor. Very difficult. So, neighbors are only one cause. There's so many other living entities. Insects, mosquitoes, there's also bacteria, germs, like COVID and things like that can give you a lot of trouble. So those are the miseries which Mother Durga puts on us, just to let us know that we're under her control. And her job is to make us miserable, to let us suffer, to let us know that we don't belong here. This is not our real home. And we should think how to get free. Just like if you're unfortunate enough to be put into the prison house. So the person in the jail is simply thinking how to get free, how to get out. So this material world is a prison house. We are the prisoners. And we have our prison uniform, the body, material body. Keeps us under the modes of material nature. But here, Lord Krishna is telling us how we can get free of the material nature. We heard surrender to Krishna. That was one thing. Okay, how do I surrender to Krishna? Or you may say, okay, I surrender. But it's not just lip service. You can't just say, I surrender. You have to actually come to that platform of surrendering yourself. And so here, Lord Krishna gives a bit more information about how we can surrender to Him. He describes we have to do Vayabhicharena Bhakti. Vayabhicharena Bhakti means we have to do devotional service without falling down, without deviation. It has to be constant, continuous. Our devotion can be very sporadic. You know, one day we do some devotion, another day, oh, I'm too busy today. We'll have other things to do today. So many reasons why we deviate from devotional service. But devotional service, in order to get us free from the material nature, it must be Vayabhicharena Bhakti. It must be without deviation. It must be unbroken. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami describes it in a little different way. In the first canto, second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami is replying to the questions put by the sages in Naimisharanya. And the sages wanted to know what is the essence of the scriptures of the Vedas. What is the main point of the Vedas? So Sutta Goswami, in replying to the questions of the sages, he described devotional service. He said, Savai pumsam paro dharmo, yato bhaktir adhoksaje, ahaitiki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. He said, the supreme occupation. Sutta Goswami is describing the supreme occupation. It is not to be a lawyer. The supreme occupation is not to be a doctor. It is not to be some engineer or a software program or any of these things. What is the supreme occupation? Savai Pumsam Parodam, the Param Dharma, the supreme occupation. Yato Bhakti Adhoksaje. You have to do bhakti for the Supreme Lord, Adhoksaja, who is Adhoksaja, who is above everyone. And that service to Him must be ahaitaki, apratihata. It must be unmotivated and uninterrupted. In material world, we never find that. Nobody is serving without motivation, right? Everybody is working. Why are we working? There has to be the money. And who's going to work without money? That is what Krishna consciousness is like. In Krishna consciousness, one should not think, what will Krishna give me? Srila Prabhupada explains, devotional service means to finish our business. Material world business means, I will give you something, you give pay me back. I'm giving the goods, give me the cash. That's the material world, right? No cash, no goods, right? You don't want to get stuck. But Bhakti Yoga is simply do service, giving service. We're in the service industry, right? Singapore is a service center. They don't produce they don't make anything in Singapore. They don't grow anything. It's all based on service, doing service. So Bhakti Yoga is also about service. But the difference in Singapore, their service is towards the, material service. You do some service to get something back. But our service is to Krishna. We simply want to give service to Krishna. Why should we give to Krishna? Because we owe Krishna a lot. Krishna has done so much for us. We have to recognize our relationship with Krishna, that He is the supreme friend, the best friend of everyone. We're thinking, no, I have my friends, I know who my friends are. But our friends in the material, they come and go. You don't keep them forever. When you're at school, you have friends. Then you go to college, then you have different friends. Then you get married, then you have different friends. It's all, everywhere we're changing. The friends come, but there's that one friend who's always with you. And that is the Lord in the heart. He's with us. And He's guiding us. And He's speaking to us. Are we hearing Him? We want to hear from Him. We want to the Lord in the heart is giving us knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. He reciprocates according to what we want. What do you want? Do you want knowledge, or do you just want to forget? It's up to us. What do we want? One devotee was talking about Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was saying to devotee about, he said, I'm giving you initiation. I'm giving you the beads in the name. He said, that is the ritual. He said, the rest is up to you and your determination. How determined are you to chant and to work for the service of Krishna? So, this is something we don't always think about. We don't always think that we have a duty, that we have a service. We're simply looking to Krishna. And we're looking to take from Krishna. We're expecting Krishna should give. But our duty is to give to Krishna. And what do we have to give? Well, Krishna is not greedy to get your flowers or your fruit. You got so much fruit here in Malaysia. You got flowers also very cheap here. Water, leaves, tosi grows very easily also. What does Krishna want? Krishna wants not just the leaf and the fruit and the flower and the water, but what does He want? Patram
Ashnami Prayatan.
Yes. Ashnami Prayatan. Ashnani means Krishna said, I eat what you offer. I will eat. But there must be bhakti. If there is no bhakti, if there is no devotion there, then it's not pleasing to Krishna. And Krishna mentioned, Yo me bhakti aprayachiti, tadaham bhakti uparita. Bhakti mentioned twice there in the verse. So Krishna wants that bhakti, that devotion. We are practicing bhakti yoga. There must be that love in offering to Krishna. It's not just make the offering, ring the bell, close the curtains, put the tulsi in. Okay, prasada. There must be the calling to Krishna. There must be the genuine devotion, the feeling. Krishna wants that love. And he wants that love in all of our activities. So we're going to do bhakti. We want to do that bhakti without falling down, without deviation, constantly serving Krishna, constantly. And it should be, our service should be favorable to Krishna. Anya vilasita sunyam
Jnana karmari anavritam anukulena krishnanu
anukulena Krishna.
Shelanam bhakti rupam.
That is bhakti, that is the highest devotion. When the devotion is rendered without material desires, without desire for fruit of gain or for liberation, one should constantly serve Krishna favorably. Anukulyena Krishna no Shilanam. Krishna means also those people in relation to Krishna. Prabhupada mentions here, maybe you want to serve Lord Rama. All right, you can do that. Somebody else, they want to serve Lakshmi Narayan. Okay, they're expansions of Krishna. Different forms of somebody's the Lord Nrsimha Dev. We have the beautiful Nrsimha altar in there. So that's also expansion coming from Lord Krishna. And that we can devote ourselves to these different forms. But it must be favorable to Krishna. Favorable. So just like, Kamsa is always remembering Krishna, but he's thinking how to kill Krishna. So that's not favorable. Shishupal was envious of Krishna. He was always thinking of Krishna as well, but he was very envious of Krishna. So that's not favorable. Our service to Krishna must be pleasing. There must be that genuine love, the desire to want to please Krishna. So, Lord Krishna is describing here, you can come to the level of Brahman. You transcend the modes of material nature. Above the material nature, there is Brahman. We are all Brahman, right? We say, Aham Brahmasmi. The Mayavadis, like they will also say, Aham Brahmasmi. Right? We're all Brahman. So, we come to that level of Brahman by doing devotional service. But we are not Mayavadis. The Mayavadis, they're thinking, Brahman, oneness, we have achieved the oneness with the Supreme. That is not for us. We want that Brahman, that is the beginning of bhakti. We will begin from there. Just like with chanting Hare Krishna mantra and with initiation, you begin your bhakti. You haven't perfected the bhakti, you have to go on from there. But the bhakti begins on that platform of the Brahman. And on that platform of Brahman, we understand, I am not the body, I am the soul. But what is that soul? That soul is a part of the Supreme Soul. We're all a part of Krishna. We have a relationship with Him. So we want to revive that, to come back to that consciousness, understanding our eternal relationship with Krishna. And the best way to do that is by chanting Hare Krishna. Just like this evening we had the nice kirtan, these young men were chanting nice Sankirtan. So that Sankirtan, that is very powerful in helping to awaken God consciousness. We say Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. This Sankirtan, this is the process. Kali Yuga Dhan Harinam Sankirtan. The process of practicing religion, and they say Harinam Sankirtan. Everyone must do Sankirtan, and you should do it every day. Right? Every day you do chanting, yes, you kirtan every day, practice. Every home you can have kirtan, not difficult. Oh, I don't have madanga. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just clap your hands. You have hands, use your hands. You have a tongue, chant. Every day do some kirtan of the holy name, and you will awaken your consciousness of Krishna very quickly by doing Sankirtan. So that is how we can get free of the material energy. That is how we can come to the spiritual, the transcendental platform very quickly. If we want to get free, the problem is some people say, I'm happy, I'm enjoying being kicked by Maya, I'm enjoying suffering the material world. There's a story, even Indra, the king of heaven, he got cursed by Brihaspati to become a pig. And so he got the body of a pig. And then after some time, Brihaspati came and said, okay, now you come back. You've been a pig long enough, come back. Said, no, I like it here. Why I will leave? I have my pig wives. I have my pig children. I get my pig food every day. I'm happy here. So Brihaspati said, okay, just wait. I'll go and get the butcher. And the butcher came with a big knife. He said, well, where's that big fat pig? Right? Indra was the fattest pig. All right, take me. So material life is like that. We're trying to be happy here. We get little bits of suffering, and we think, we get little bits of enjoyment, a lot of suffering, but I'm enjoying. So much struggle for happiness, a little bit of happiness, and we forget all the suffering. There's a story, the one man, he was in the forest, he got chased by a tiger. So he was running, he didn't look where he was, he ran, he fell into the well. He fell down into this well, somehow he grabbed hold of a vine which was growing out the side of the well. He was holding onto the vine, and up top was the tiger. And he looked down the bottom of the well, and in the bottom of the well there was a big cobra. And the big cobra's looking, I'm going to get some food today. And the tiger's up there, and the tiger's looking, waiting to get the man. And what happened? A little bee came by, and it was carrying some honey. And a little bit of honey fell on the man's head. It rolled down his face, went into his tongue. He tasted the honey, thought, so nice. Now I'm enjoying this material life. Everywhere, every moment, suffering. A little bit of happiness. I'm enjoying. I'm so happy. So we have to understand, don't be in any illusion. The material world, Prabhupada, this is not the fit place for any respectable person. We should get out from here. Don't stay here. Don't come back again in this body, another body. Right? We have our book, Coming Back, The Science of Reincarnation. The last chapter is called Don't Come Back. If you come back again, fail. Just like you're doing a course, you're studying, and if you fail, you have to do the course all again. It's a lot of trouble, isn't it?
Yes.
Or maybe you're learning to drive, you want the driving license, and you're driving, and they fail you. You have to do the whole thing again. So much trouble. So the same, this human life, this is a real test. If we fail in this life, we have to come back. And you don't know. You may not be born in Malaysia again. You don't know where you're going to take the next birth. Or you may be in Malaysia. You may be a dog or a cat in Malaysia. Or you may be a tree or something. You don't know what's going to happen. So be careful. Use this life to become Krishna. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Anybody?
Maharaj, actually, when we are worshipping Bhagavan, we don't expect. But is it correct not to expect anything, that knowing that Bhagavan will give us what we need, or we need to ask something from him?
Well, the pure devotee is not going to ask anything from him. He will ask, please engage me in your service. That is the only prayer of the devotee. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us, na janam na janam na janam. I don't want wealth or followers or anything. I simply want your devotional service, birth after birth. He doesn't even ask for liberation. So the devotee, in that mood of pure devotee, he will just simply want service. Please engage me in your service. That is a constant prayer of the devotee. If you're asking Krishna for something, that is more like Dhruva Maharaj, right? That becomes karma in Ishra Bhakti. Mixed devotion. Gajendra was in distress, again karma Ishra Bhakti. So we don't want to, it's not so good to ask Krishna. Krishna knows our heart. You don't have to tell him. What we do need to tell him is, please engage us, please engage me in your service. So the constant prayer of the devotee, please engage me in your service. And chanting Hare Krishna is also a prayer. It's a prayer, and it's also the answer to our prayer. We're praying to Krishna, please engage me in your service. But by chanting Hare Krishna, that is the answer to our prayer, because that is service to Krishna. So it's both a prayer, and at the same time it's the answer to our prayer. So chanting Hare Krishna, very important. Our most important business in the day, must chant the holy name. Sankirtan, japa, everything, constantly chant the holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Always chant the holy name. You're taking your shower, chant the holy name. You're taking your prasadam, chant the holy name. You lay down to go to sleep, chant the holy name. Constant, you're driving the car, you can be chanting. Have to chant. Yes.
How about Maharaj asking good health?
Good health,
so that we can engage in the service of Krishna. That's it.
Good health, we need spiritual health. Spiritual health is what is important. Good health. Prabhupada will go for a morning walk, chanting japa. So you can do that. Yes, you want to keep good health. Regulate your eating. Don't eat too much. Don't eat much at night. Eat in the daytime rather than at night. Certain habits. The lifestyle of a devotee is healthy because the devotee doesn't have any vices. He's not engaged, not taking any intoxication or doing any of these things. So the lifestyle of a devotee is naturally healthy. We have to also be careful though, not to take advantage, like eating, you see how it's all prasadam, you eat too much prasadam. So we have to be regular in our activity. Like tomorrow's Ekadasi.
Yes.
So that we say, how can we be regular? You know, tomorrow well, we're regular every 2 weeks, there's a fasting. So that's regular. Every couple of weeks we have Ekadasi, and on the Ekadasi day we don't eat so much. We minimize eating. No grains, no beans. That is, and the Ekadasi is the day to increase remembering Krishna, doing more healing and chanting. That is the real purpose of Ekadasi. The last Ekadasi we had Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. So many devotees, they were fasting, not taking even water the whole day. And then in December, there is Vaikuntha Ekadasi. It's not really in the Gaudiya calendar. It's not for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, but Sri Vaishnavas, I think, they observe this Vaikuntha Ekadasi. They stay awake the whole night. So we often do a program for that at KL, in our KL temple. We have a program the whole night. You may like to also do program here, somewhere in Johor, not here, some other center. Try to do more programs. Teach the people how to follow. We're coming up to also, this year we have the Purushottam Mass. So Purushottam Mass is also a good time for new people to take advantage. You get a lot of blessings in Purushottam Mass. Do more chanting, do more service for the Lord. You get more mercy in the Purushottam Mass. Purushottam Mass, very bad time for business. No good time. You don't get married in Purushottam Mass, right? The modes of nature are very, nobody will have marriage during that time. But it's very good for bhakti, devotional sense. Take advantage and try to encourage people, you know, get them to read the Bhagavad Gita, get them to do some seva, tell them about Purushottam Mass, and get more mercy. Do more good, more seva during that time, and get much more blessings. You want the blessings, you have to do seva. So we are always thinking how to get the blessing, how to get mercy of Krishna by seva. Krishna said, as you surrender to me, I reward you accordingly. So we want to surrender more and more to Krishna, do more and more service for Krishna. And service means, begins with chanting and hearing about Krishna. And then when you chant nicely and you hear nice, then you can remember. Remembrance will come naturally. So we want to understand how to apply ourselves in the service of Krishna. Begin it from Durham, Country President.
He's in India. Went to India. Yeah, acting president.
For a few months.
For his foreign his Yagya courses.
After this,
2
he
months.
also attending the Bhakti Vaibhava one.
Is it?
Bhakti Vaibhava one last year.
Well, somebody made nice
Yeah,
sweets.